Hey guys, welcome to Booketlist. I'm Raji and today we are going to be reviewing a book called The Reading List by 𝗧𝗵𝗲 Let's begin. We are in the month of Jan, and if you are a reader, you probably have a list of books to be finished this year, right? And if you are a non-reader, maybe you want to start the habit of reading books. And here I have with me a book which will inspire you to read a lot of many other books, whether you are a reader or not. In the reading list, we follow our first protagonist, Mr. Mukesh, who is 70 years old and he is a widower. His wife had passed away due to an illness, and Mr. Mukesh doesn't know how to cope up with life anymore. He struggles really hard to even get up and eat and sleep because every part of the house is filled with memories of his wife. He does have 3 daughters, but since everyone lives away from him, he is all alone with nobody to even talk to. The book has really touching lines which explain the pain of losing someone very close to you. So I'll just read one little line for you. Now that he was alone, still without any clue as to what he should do now that she was gone, left in a lifeless, soulless and bookless house that had once been their home. The reading list has 2 protagonists. So our second protagonist is Miss Alicia, who is a college student on her summer break, and she is just looking for a job to help out her family because she has an elder brother, Aiden, and a mother who is mentally sick. She cannot take care of her own kids, so the kids need to take care of her. So even Alicia is a non-reader, but she applies to the local library and gets a job there. So she is the librarian who recommends books to others even though she is not a reader. The rest of the story revolves around how 2 non-readers, Mr. Mukesh and Miss Alicia, start bonding over books and how they overcome the tragedies in their respective lives by escaping to another reality, to another world of books and stories. And they do this because they find a reading list tucked away somewhere, which is a mystery in itself. Let me read the reading list. The book recommendations given in the reading list are To Kill a Mockingbird, Rebecca, The Kite Runner, Life of Pi, Pride and Prejudice, Little Women, Beloved, and A Suitable Boy. So they start reading this list together, and when they finish, the bond that they share and the community that is formed is really touching. Since this is a non-spoilery review, I'm not going to give away much of the story, don't worry. But I am going to tell you 3 things that I absolutely adored in this book, because I really want you to pick it up. This book is so underrated in our book community today, and I really think that it deserves so much more attention and love. The first reason why I really loved this book is how much Mukesh loves his wife Naina, and how the author has captured years and decades of love into a single book. When he is reading the particular books, he gets reminded of certain events that happened with Naina and what it was like and what it could have been, and he has so many regrets, but he does have too many happy memories too. And I loved how much he loved his wife, and I think each and every person should read this so that you can higher your standards of how much your spouse should love you. For example, I'll read you something. Mukesh would watch Naina, tucked up in her blue and white nightie. Her reading glasses were large frames resting neatly on her nose, and her black hair pulled back into a small bun at the back of her head. This really reminds me of my own grandparents as well. So anyway, he could see her in her mind's eye at 20 years old, at 30, 40, 50, 60 and 72. The same ritual, the same response. So the way Mukesh just sits and enjoys the process of Naina reading her books. It's really, I don't know, it's very, very sweet, and there are really touching lines as well. So, because being there reminded Mukesh of Naina, of how he was only half a person without her. I mean, this whole book is giving me the vibes of A Man Called Ove, which is another one of my favorite books. So, that's my first reason. Like the way love matures when you're old. That's my first reason. It's really beautiful. The second reason why I really loved this book is because it reminds us of the importance of local libraries. Yes, today we have Amazon and Flipkart delivering our books to our houses. Yes, we have Kindle. Yes, we have ebooks and audiobooks. But due to this digital evolution of reading, the government is forced to shut down local libraries because nobody really goes there and borrows books. So it automatically becomes like a second-hand bookshop, or they renovate it and make it like a cafe or something. And only after reading this book, I sadly realized that I have no local library where I can like go and borrow books or sit and read. It's really sad. So if you do still have a local library in your town or city, please make sure that you go and become a registered member and borrow books and read. The third reason is that as a vivid reader, I got super excited to see Alicia and Mukesh trying to find the perfect book to read, and then they find the list. But the whole process just made me so happy because like this is a secret I let you in on. Every reader, every bookstagrammer and every YouTuber wants to make everyone else read. And as a YouTuber, as like a reader, I want everyone in this world to read books and at least like have one favorite book. That's why we keep recommending so many books to you. That's why we review books. So like we want everybody to read books. So as a reader, I found it really lovely to see two non-readers, Alicia and Mukesh, trying to fall in love with reading, and ultimately they do after they find this list. And even the books mentioned in the list is very deeply like impactful. It touches various topics, very deep and meaningful topics, which would change a person's life, in fact. Like To Kill a Mockingbird, which I have read and loved, but I still haven't reviewed. Yes. Rebecca, which is on my TBR this year, but I still haven't read it. The Kite Runner, oh my god, yes, I have reviewed it also. I will leave the link in the description below. Life of Pi, which I haven't read, but I know the story and I know how deep it is, and I've watched the movie. Pride and Prejudice, yes, lovely. Mr. Darcy. Little Women, which is my favorite. Beloved, which I still haven't read, but probably will this year. And A Suitable Boy, which is like the biggest book in Indian literature. So to non-readers, reading all these books and bringing changes to their lives, what more can a reader want from a book? Like at a point I even forgot that this is actually a book, and I was just cheering on these two fictional non-reading characters. Usually when I do a non-spoilery review, I give you 3 things that I liked in a book and 3 things I did not like in a book. But for this particular review, I searched far and long and I could not find even one thing that I did not like in this book. Like everything was perfect. Like it was perfect. There is no reason that you didn't pick this book up. So please read this book. If you liked it, please like, share and subscribe to my channel so that you get notified every time I post a new video. And I'll see you guys next week. I'm sorry I look like Hagrid in this video, okay? Bye!